जाने समझे ज्ञान वास्तु शास्त्र का, पृथ्वी अग्नि जल वायु स्थान कहाँ आकाश का।
ओम वास्तु पुरुषाय नमो नमः।
खुद ही समझो खुद ही जानो, कहता है क्या भला।
This is supposed to be the northeast southwest axis. So you cannot have your staircase weight on static weight on head, you cannot have it on stomach, you cannot have it on feet. Now this is an unpardonable mistake if you have done. It does not allow you to have staircase on the stomach, it does not allow you to have a staircase on the feet. Right?
Okay.
So you have to be very, very careful that your staircases and storerooms do not, or static weights do not come on
Northeast to southwest
and the center.
Okay.
Right? So you have to watch out this axis.
Okay.
Unpardonable.
And if it happens, then what we have to do?
You have to suffer. Supposing somebody has staircase here in the on the feet. There is going to be a problem in the feet. That feet has to be
damaged or injured.
It has to go to operation theatre. There has to be some surgery done, or maybe this person in the family is going through severe pain, but the CT scan report does not show anything wrong with the feet. The MRI report does not show, but the patient is complaining. But actually, there is nothing wrong with the patient. That is why it doesn't show in MRI and CT scan.
Okay.
What is wrong is with this human body that is sleeping here. It is he that is indicating that I have severe pain in my feet. Please do something about it.
Okay.
So when you go to a doctor, he says, well, if you have pain in the feet, I need to check, I need to diagnose it, and go for a CT scan. And he sees that CT scan report into the light, the X-ray report, and says there's nothing wrong. But I'm complaining, I have that pain. Okay, let's go for MRI. So you go to MRI and the MRI says nothing wrong. So what does the doctor do? He says I can't do anything because I can't diagnose anything.
Yeah.
But a Vastu man, somebody like us, will diagnose it and tell you that you have pain in the feet. Right. And what do you do about it? So there is a correction. You have to take a tortoise, which is almost as big, this big, and it has to be solid. A pair of tortoise that needs to go under this first staircase. You have to break the staircase. You have to put the tortoise in, seal it again.
Okay.
Right. So that the shell of the tortoise takes the weight of the staircase, because all the weight of the staircase is on the first step.
Okay.
So once you put the tortoise inside the staircase, the weight of the staircase is taken by the shell of the tortoise. This is the tortoise, right?
Yeah.
This is how it is.
Yeah.
Right. Now this shell has the capacity of taking the weight of the staircase, right? Once this takes the weight of the staircase, the Vastu man, the head of the Vastu man is relaxed. And the moment he is relaxed, this person will get relaxed.
Okay.
That is how it is.
Mr.
This
Gyani,
is correction.
One more question. If a person is suffering from paralysis, like as you said right now, I would like to ask you if we do the same things, like if we correct it by the means of placing two tortoises under the stairs, so will that person get okay?
He will not deteriorate.
Okay.
But why should we wait that somebody has paralysis and then we do the tortoise?
Definitely.
We don't even know whether somebody will have paralysis or Parkinson or migraine
or something else,
tumor or what. We don't even know. But rather, first thing first is do not construct like this. If you have constructed like this, don't wait for somebody to fall into that illness. You rather do the corrections.
Okay.
Right. But even if somebody is already affected by some illness, you do the correction so that the situation of that person does not deteriorate. For sure, he may improve by 10-20%.
Okay.
But what is damaged is damaged.
Yeah,
isn't
definitely.
It?
Yeah.
So that is there.
And Mr. Gyani, one more question. Like as you said, we have to place two tortoises under the stairs. Tortoise should be facing outside or inside the house?
No, it's not outside. They face each other.
They face each other.
Yeah,
okay.
They face each other. Yeah.
Okay. Fine. We can move further now.
Yes. So staircase can be very, very heavy. I have also written in my book that even if when you are seeing a comedy serial, if you got your staircase and store in the northeast corner, it's too much of stress. And when I say too much of stress, I mean that you cannot even smile. So even if you're watching a comedy show on some television, it is difficult for you to smile. However, the whole world may be smiling and laughing, but for you it's going to be difficult to smile and laugh because you are basically under so much stress that you have forgotten to smile and to laugh. You get me?
Yeah.
So it is too much of stress on the head of the human body that sleeps on your floor. I had earlier also said, make the human body that sleeps on your floor, make him happy. And you are happy. Make him unhappy and you are unhappy. Unless and until you consider your house to be a human body, you cannot move on with this science of home building.
Definitely.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay, what next?
Now we would be talking about water tanks in Northeast.
Okay, so I'll have to change the drawing.
Yeah.
So Pia, you were asking me about water bodies in northeast corner. We know that this northeast corner, the element is water.
Yeah.
So it goes without saying that there has to be water bodies in this corner only because this is the corner of water.
Water.
Right. Now I was telling you that there is something like an axis.
Yeah.
Northeast, southwest axis. And the head of the Vastu man is here. The human body is here.
Yeah.
There are two bodies, one that will sleep on the floor of the plot, and one that will sleep on the floor of the house. Right. So when we are talking about water bodies, we don't have water bodies in the house.
Okay.
We have the water bodies in our plot. Right. So we have to consider that this is the elbow, knee, and the shoulder and feet of the body. Now this rule says that you must have the water bodies into this area so that you do not puncture any part of the body, human body that sleeps on your floor. So there's a space between this ear and the shoulder. So this space is supposed to be punctured for either water. Borehole, or for water tank, underground water tank. Okay. So these are the two areas where you can have your water bodies. So you can have your borehole here. When you have your borehole here, you are actually not puncturing the human body. You can have your borehole here, you are not puncturing the human body. You can have your water tank here and you are not puncturing the human body. You can have your water tank, underground water tank here also. Okay. Right. So the precise rule is, because this drawing is not to scale, I will explain to you the precise rule.
Okay.
About most of the books have mentioned the boreholes to be here or here. Now this is wrong because they consider northeast corner as pious for water, but they have forgotten that the head of the Vastu man comes here, and we cannot puncture the head of the Vastu man to get water from the floor. Right. Yeah. So this is wrong. You cannot do this. Number one, there's one more reason to it, and that reason is, I will explain to you. वो गीले के ऊपर चौक लगाया ना, वो मिटेगा नहीं. Supposingly these are 4 homes. There's one home here, there's one home here, there's one home here, and there's one home here. Now when you're doing your borehole here on the axis, what happens is that your borehole is in the southeast corner of this neighbor.
Okay.
Your borehole is in the southwest corner of this neighbor, and your borehole is in the northwest corner of this neighbor. So you are doing good to yourself by putting your borehole or water tank in the northeast corner of your house, but you are doing bad to 3 neighbors, because the neighbors' water bodies do affect to you by 2 parts. We are going to explain you what are these parts, but then the effect of your borehole is going to be here, is going to be here, and is going to be here, and is going to be here. So these people get affected your borehole. So when we talk about this science, like my job is to do good to you. When I come to you for consultancy or you come to me for consultancy, my job is to make sure that you are a happy man. But at the same time, I am not supposed to do bad to these three people.
Okay.
So I will make sure, I will tell you that please, 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 you have to divide your length by 9 parts. So how do you do that? What you do is, supposingly this is the length of your plot from northwest to northeast. How much is it? Say 180 feet. 180 feet is your length, right? So each part of your has to be divided by 9, right?
Yeah.
So your each part
20.
is 20 feet. 20, so this is 9, this is 8, this is 7, this is 6, this is 5, this is 4, this is 3, this is 2 and 1. So you have to make sure that you do not make boreholes anywhere here. You have to leave the 2 parts of the head and then shoulder, right? So do it somewhere here. Between 3 and 4, you can do the boreholes and the water tanks, right?
Yeah.
So when you do here, you safeguard your Vastu man, your human body, and you also safeguard these neighbors of yours.
Definitely.
Right? Because until here only is the effect of these neighbors, not here.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you can make it here and be happy and make others happy.
Yeah.
Right? Supposingly you want to do it in the east of northeast, because this is north of northeast
And this
and
is
this is east of northeast. Both are water bodies. So again you have to come with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. Right?
Yeah.
So leave the 2 parts, make your borehole here, make your water tank here. In the 4th part.
Okay.
3rd and 4th. Are we all clear now?
Yeah, definitely.
Right?
Yeah.
So the boreholes can be in the north of northeast. The boreholes can be in the east of northeast. Right?
Yeah.
You don't want to ask me a question?
I do want to, but I was just waiting for you to complete it.
Oh.
Mr. Gyani, tell me one thing. Like most of the people have the habit of keeping the water bodies on the terrace or somewhere beneath in the kitchen or somewhere like that. So what is it? Should we do that or not?
I had told you that this is earth,
Yeah.
this is water, then this is fire.
Fire.
And this evaporation
Air.
is air, and this is space.
Yeah.
Now this is the surface of the earth. Now if on this floor, if you keep a water tank on the floor, right, then where are you putting the water body?
In the space.
On the fire.
Fire. Okay.
So what I had said is water
Fire and water.
above the fire is not allowed. So if you have any tank which is known as over the ground, then you cannot have it. But if
Okay.
you have a tank on the terrace, then it is allowed, because that water is in the clouds.
Clouds.
So water in the clouds is allowed.
Okay.
Water over the ground is not allowed. So I am saying underground tank.
Okay.
That means you have to have your water bodies under the
Underground.
ground. You cannot have your water bodies over the ground, because on the ground if you keep, you are keeping it over the fire, which is not allowed.
Definitely.
In any case, if you see the nature has made ponds under the ground.
Yeah.
Nature has made rivers under the ground. Nature has made sea and ocean under the ground.
Definitely.
Water is under the ground. So we cannot break the law of nature by putting it over the ground. There is nowhere water body over the ground. It is under the ground
only. Okay, fine. This is pretty good.
So far so good?
Yeah.
Now we said that do not have your water bodies on the axis, because if you have your water tank here, what actually you are doing is you are puncturing into the head of the human body that sleeps on the plot. You cannot do that. It is unpardonable. Okay. So
and
you
correction.
were supposed to ask me one question which you are not asking, so I will put that question to me. What happens if I place my water bodies in the north of northeast, and what happens when I place the water bodies in the east of northeast? Is there a difference if I keep my water bodies here, and is there a difference that
If I keep it
right?
over there, yeah.
So the water bodies in the north of northeast say that it helps in finances.
Okay.
Whenever you have water bodies in the north of northeast, the finances will improve, right?
Okay.
Because in the north there is money. We had said in the north
Yeah,
there is money.
money.
And the east of
You
northeast
have
is
fame.
for Jupiter.
Yeah.
No, east is fame. East of
Okay.
northeast is Jupiter.
Jupiter.
So Jupiter means God.
God.
Right. So when you have your water bodies in east of northeast, your attraction towards spiritualism is enhanced.
Okay.
So you become more spiritual. You like to go to temples. You like to go to churches. You like to be in the company of priests and saints.
Okay.
And you would want the priests and saints to come to your house, maybe have some coffee, have some tea, let them bless the house and go. That is the type of feeling you will always have. So once you have your water bodies in the east of northeast, you start doing a lot of charities also, because when these priests and saints come, they will of course tell you, why don't you do some charity here, why don't you do some charity there, and you will also ask them, I want to do some charity.
Yeah.
Please guide me, where can I, what is any project going on?
So this is just because of this thing.
East of northeast, spirituality.
Increases.
North of northeast, finance.
Finance increases.
Right.
Okay.
Increase in finance, increase in
increase in
spirituality.
spirituality.
So there's a difference between the two.
Two.
Okay.
Okay.
My friends, I think you guys are clear on the axis
Water
part,
bodies.
and why not
Water
to
bodies.
puncture on the head, and why to make it between the ear and the shoulder. This is very scientific. It's so wonderful, I can't tell you. So you have to divide your the length of your house from northwest to northeast, and divide it by 9, and 2 parts you can leave from northeast, and you can have your water board there. Now there are situations, my friends, all over the world the water level is going down, because we have been using so much of water, and we have been doing so many construction, that actually when the rain falls, the earth is supposed to pull water inside, and the water table increases. So every time after the rains, the water table must increase. But the consumption that we do for our homes, for our industry, through boreholes, we suck so much of water, we extract so much of water from the water below, that the water table keeps on going down and down and down and down. So there are so many places all over the world where the water level has gone down by 1300 feet and 3000 feet. And when they have to go in for a borehole, when it becomes a necessity, they actually don't know, if I dig in here, if I rig in here, whether will I get water or not. So there are people all over the world who travel with those 2 copper stakes, right angle sticks, and who go around your place and tell you that, okay, I think there's water here, and you must rig here, and the water will come out. They also have the expertise of telling that the water can be found at 800 feet or 600 feet or 3000 feet, or if there is no water. So they are the people whose success rate is 60% and above. But then there have been times when we realize that they could not locate the water properly, and the whole exercise of rigging the earth went to waste, and a lot of money was wasted. Let me tell you, friends, that because any plot, absolutely any plot that has been demarked for, say, at least 2 years or 3 years, the compound wall has been made or has been demarked with some other thing, and you want to make a borehole there in the north of northeast. After leaving these 2 parts, when you try in the 3rd part, after leaving these 2 parts, when you try in the 3rd part, you start rigging the earth here or here, I am sure you will get water there, because this is a water element, and the water element must have water there, only provided if you have come to know that the water table is there. But if it is a dry land, if it is a desert, and there is no water beneath the earth, then there will be no water. But if somebody says that, yes, your neighbor says, yes, there is water in my land, if this guy says, yes, there is water in my land, there is a well in my land, that means there is water somewhere there. If there is water somewhere there, then you are going to find water here. You are going to find water here. It must come out. It will come out.
Okay.
So you never bother about it. There may be a rock or two. But if there is a rock, you have to blast the rock. The water is there, and there.
Okay.
आओ जाने समझे